어, 제가 듣기 많이 약해서 차라리 뭐 이렇게 텍스트로 주면,
네.
그래도 조금 알아듣는데,
예.
말로 하니까 잘 못 알아듣겠네요. 그냥,
아, 그러세요?
네, 어렵네요.
네.
아직 시작 안 한 거죠?
Are we live?
Yeah, we just went live now.
시작했는데 이제 시청자들이 들어올 수 있게 한
아,
1분 정도 주고 있어요. 네, 시청자들이 들어올 수 있게.
Alright, there we go. And I just sent out the tweet that we're live too, so
네. Should I ask Classic to retweet?
yeah.
방금 트위터로 라이브로 시작했다고 트위트가 나갔으니까요.
네.
그 리트위트 해주세요. 김도호 선수.
알겠습니다.
Does he know your Twitter?
I tweeted at him like I said I was live with him, so it should show
Uh-huh.
up on his feed.
Oh, okay. So it should show up on his
Yeah.
his feed then,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
and he's also retweeted me before.
Huh?
He's also retweeted me before,
Okay.
so he should
Alright.
know it. Yeah.
So something I noticed was during the Gumiho interview was like my mic was too close to my mouth, so like you heard these weird like breath sounds every now and then.
Oh yeah, little feedback.
So I'm trying to distance my mic so that doesn't happen again.
You sound good right now.
Okay. That's good.
So
But you said I sounded good last time too, so
I don't like immediately like want to start bashing on someone for like their equipment equality.
uh-huh.
I don't know.
My mic is fine. It's just
Yeah.
I have to make sure it's far from me so that like it doesn't pick up like unnecessary sounds.
For sure. No, I get you. That's fine.
Yeah, should be good. Yeah.
Classic, I'm really excited to talk to you today.
뭐라고요? What?
오늘 여기 와주셔서 고맙다고요. 되게.
You're welcome. English is very difficult.
It's hard. It's hard.
My English is not good. Sorry.
It's okay. Your English is probably as good as my Korean, so. Actually, his is probably way better because like I could like order food and that's like it.
Where's that Reddit thread for class? Oh, wait, actually, hold on.
It should be in there somewhere.
I'm gonna bump it and say we're live.
Oh, okay, cool. That reminds me that I can also do that on the Discord too for the Reddit Discord.
Oh wait, what's the thread? What did you title the thread again? I can't find it.
It was like first time GSL SSL winner classic.
Uh-huh.
질문했네.
Aha, there it is. I see it. Okay. Twitch. Okay, so when do you want to start this?
Probably just a minute here or so.
We're just giving another minute for the people to come in.
Yep. Yeah. I just.
Well, yeah. I
give
mean,
everyone a minute.
I talked to Shaft, and he's like, the viewers coming in, it doesn't really matter because we're to upload the whole thing on YouTube anyways.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I still like to like it that way. When people come in, they're just not like, oh, like crap, you're already like halfway through. You know?
No, yeah, I understand. I understand. We did the same thing with Gumiho. We gave people time to come in.
Yeah. And we're already starting to see a couple people like pop in now.
Recall. The Reddit guy?
Yeah.
He was?
He does stuff for ESL.
Oh, okay. Well, he's okay. He's not the Reddit guy,
Well, he's probably also on Reddit. So
right? But he wasn't in the AMA. Yeah.
I'm gonna ask him some warm up questions, just some stuff that I have, like what's his favorite food and stuff. So classic.
Warm up questions.
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
while we wait. What's your
재민호 질문들 좀 물어볼게요.
아, 그래요. 오케이.
what's your favorite food?
Favorite food?
Yeah.
I like pizza and hamburger.
What's your favorite Korean food?
Korean food?
Yeah.
Korean
김치찌개?
name. 아, yes. 김치찌개 and 삼겹살.
Okay. Me too.
Do you know what samgyeopsal is?
I don't know what that one is. No, what's that one?
Samgyeopsal is pork belly, sliced pork belly.
Ooh, that's
It's
good. That would be good.
it's-
I would
it's-
like that.
It's fucking amazing.
What's the rice cakes with the fish sauce?
Oh, that's called odeng.
Yeah, I like that.
Omuk.
That's good
Odeng.
too. Okay. What's your favorite kind of music for American?
American music?
Yeah.
Adele, hello.
Oh, Adele. Hello.
Hello.
He likes that.
음악 아니?
It's a good song.
It is. I'm surprised. That's a good answer.
Yeah, that
It's
was
a very
specific.
American answer.
I like it. I like it.
It's like
Any
노래
other?
부분?
Anything else?
Yep.
Any other songs?
Any others? 질문이 뭐예요 지금?
그러니까 다른 노래들 있냐고요. 아델 말고
아, 마룬 5,
더 있냐고요.
Maroon
Maroon 5.
5. Okay.
마룬 5, Maps.
Okay.
I like.
What do you listen to when you stream, or when you practice? What do you listen to?
방송할 때 어떤 음악을 들으세요?
아, 그냥 여러 가지 텐데 매니. 마룬 5, 아델. 또 뭐 있지?
What was the last one?
He said Maroon 5, Adele, and then he's thinking.
Oh, okay.
한국 그룹들은요?
한국 그룹이야?
네.
글쎄 너무 많이 들어가지고.
K-pop
네.
K-pop 들으세요?
네, K-pop도 듣죠.
No Girls' Generation.
Girls' Generation.
그냥 스트림할 때는 여러 음악을 많이 틀어놔서 딱히 고르지 못하겠네요.
소녀시대 좋아하는지 물어봤네요. 방금.
아, good. I like 소녀시대.
Yeah, he likes Girls' Generation.
Everyone does.
Right.
Everyone likes Girls' Generation.
You can't not like Girls' Generation. Like
It's such a default answer. Like you can't not like Girls' Generation if
I
you're
know.
Korean.
Well,
Right?
anyone, like, if you've heard it, like, you like it. It's too catchy not to like. I don't blame him. I like it.
Yeah.
Let's see. I was gonna ask him another one here while we waited, guys. We're just waiting for a couple of people for people to kind of flow in here before we get started. Here, I have some more interesting questions to ask as well. I just wanted to kind of break the ice here and get Classic a little more comfortable. Ask him some easy questions. Let's see. We ask him. What always the go-to? He said he likes hamburger and pizza. That's kind of the standard too. Trying to think what else can we ask him. What's your favorite movie, Classic?
Favorite movie?
Yeah.
영화 American movie?
Any movie.
Any movie? 뭐가 있지? I think 영화가 갑자기 생각이 안 나는데
최근에 본 영화는 있었어요?
최근에 본 거야.
네. 재미있게 최근에 본 영화가 있었으면. 지금
한국 영화 말해도 돼요? 럭키?
한국 영화도 괜찮아요. 예. 한국 영화도 괜찮아요.
네, 코리안 무비 럭키.
럭키.
예.
What's it about?
What's about?
내용이 뭔데요? 럭키.
이건 한국말로 해야 되죠?
예. 그렇죠.
내용을 뭐라 해야 되지? 그냥 어떤 한 사람이 이제 목욕탕에 들어가다가 미끄러져서 머리를 다쳐서 기억을 잃고 이제 찾아가는 영화인데 코미디 영화예요. 코미디 무비. 예, 그냥 기억을 찾아가는 영화입니다.
코미디 영화인데 2016년에 나왔나요?
네, 작년에 나왔어요.
네. 럭키 드라마 필름 액션 코미디예요? 코미디 영화예요?
지금 코미디 영화 아니에요, 이렇게? 그 유해진 나온 거?
네네 유해진 나오는 거. Okay. So the premise of the movie is there's this guy, he falls in his bathtub and
Okay.
loses his memory, I guess, and the movie is about him trying to gain his memories back. Classic says it's a comedy, but looking at the movie poster and looking at the genre itself, that I just searched it on Google and it says it's a drama action. So
Well, maybe Classic just has like a sick sense of humor. I don't know.
like there's this guy. So there's the movie poster is like there's this guy with a gun. So he probably goes around shooting people. So it's like Classic finds that funny, I guess.
I guess. All right. Okay, Classic. Favorite American movie?
아메리칸 무비.
Yeah.
뭐가 있었죠?
뭐 최근에 본 거 있었나요? 미국 영화.
최근에 본 게 없어가지고 뭐가 있는지 생각이 안 나는데.
그러면은 뭐 꼭 대답 안 하셔도 되고요.
지금 생각나는 게 없다고 좀 말해주세요.
He says hasn't really seen any American movies as of late, so he can't really think of one right now.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. Well, we're gonna get started with the actual interview now. So, guys, basically, we're taking the best questions, the top questions from the Reddit post and the Team Liquid thread. If your question doesn't get read, sorry, we're only asking the best questions. But you will have a chance to ask those questions like in the future as we do these more and more. So if your question doesn't get answered this time, don't feel bad, because you still might be able to ask your question either live if we have time, or during the next interview with the next player. So we'll get started. So our first question is from Ninja Toss, and Ninja Toss actually has a couple of really good questions that we'll go through here. First one, Classic. Can you describe your relationship with your SKT teammates, especially Sue, Innovation, and Dark?
첫 번째 질문입니다. 전 팀원들이랑 사이가 어떤지, 뭐 어인수, 이신영, 박용우 선수 대해서 물어보네요.
거의 다 친한 편인데 이제 베스트 프렌드 수랑 제일 친하고 뭐 인노베이션이랑 다크랑 또 친하게 지냅니다.
I'm really close with all of my teammates. I would say, but I would say that my best friend is like Sue. I'm the closest with Sue. But yeah, I'm also really close with Innovation and Dark too.
Cool. I'm already going to ask a side question. Classic, did you watch Nation Wars today?
오늘 네이션 월즈 봤나요?
리틀 워치 조금 봤어요. 좀 보다 잠들었어요. 새벽에 하는 거예요.
I watched a little bit, but it wasn't on for a very good time for Korea, so I fell asleep while watching.
Oh, okay. Because obviously, like with Innovation, so he should watch those games. Okay. Classic. What was the most memorable moment in your career?
다음 질문은 프로게이머 생활 중에서 제일 기억에 남는 순간,
기억에 남는 순간은
제일 중요한 순간.
그게 뭐 이겼을 때라는 증거가 이제 두 달 생각이 나는데 개인적으로 아쉬웠던 순간은 이제 블리츠컨 4강에서 그때 이승현 선수한테 3대2로 졌거든요. 그래서 그게 계속 이제 아쉬운 장면으로 남고 좋았던 적은 이제 개인 리그 두 번째 우승할 때 드림 잡고 우승할 때 그때가 제일 좀 기쁜 기억으로 있어요.
Personally, I have most memorable moments for both winning and losing. In terms of losing, I would have to say that when I lost 3-2 against Life at BlizzCon, that was really disappointing for me. I think about that moment a lot and how I could have done better. In terms of winning, when I grabbed Dream in the SSL finals and grabbed my second championship, that was very memorable for me.
Those are good answers, actually. The life one is like a really good answer, just because of like what happened with that. Classic. What do you think of Life like right now? Like, how do you think? Like, what do you think of him and what he did?
이승현 선수에 대해서 어떻게 생각하세요? 이승현 선수의 승부 조작 대해서도 어떻게 생각하세요?
글쎄 그 실력적으로는 이제 그 당시에 최고의 적으라고 생각을 하고 있었는데 뭐 그렇게 승부 조작을 했으니 지금은 그냥 이렇게 안 나오는 게 맞는 거죠. 지금은 모르겠어. 그냥 생각을 안 하고 있는데 그냥 그 당시에는 잘했고 승부 조작은 잘못된 거기 때문에 뭐 안타깝다 그냥 이 정도.
Well, in terms of Life, obviously he was a very skilled player. I think he was probably like one of the best players. And whenever I played against him, I always respected him as a player. But obviously, since he match fixed, it's a shame. It's a shame. It's a big disappointment that he did that. And I don't really think about him, and we don't really see him anymore. And that's right. It's right that we don't see him anymore because of what he did.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be seen anymore.
Yeah. Good answer. Good answer. That was a really thoughtful answer. I appreciate that. Okay, moving on to later topics. Who do you consider to be the best player of all time for each race in general?
종족전마다 제일 잘하는 선수는 누군지.
그 종족마다요?
종족마다.
테란 is innovation.
Of course.
저그 is dark. 프로토스 is classic.
Oh, best. Very good. Very good.
I initially, before we began this interview, I did tell him this. I said it's okay if you put yourself in there.
That is okay. I appreciate the honesty because I think you're very good too. So I would say you're probably one of the best Protoss. So good job. Okay. Next question. Which pro gamers are you closest to? I guess we kind of already asked that when he told us about Sue being his best friend.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because we asked him which teammates is he closest to, but he may have pro gamers outside
That's
of
true.
his.
That's true. So which pro gamers are you closest to?
그러니까
We'll ask the other ones.
그 팀원들 말고 제일로 친한 프로 게이머들이 있나요?
예, 많은데 뭐 디얼, and 스테스, and 제스트 아주 친한 편이에요. 그 대엽이나 주성욱이 백동준 선수. 네.
그 뭐 STX 선수들이랑도 계속 친하나요?
웨스텍스 출신이죠. 그 트라이비나 디얼 걔네들이 STX 출신이어가지고 친하고 몇 명이랑은 또 연락을 하죠. 신영이 인노베이션 또 STX 출신이어가지고 그냥 친한 몇 명이 있어요.
So pro gamers that I'm close to, aside from my previous teammates, my former teammates, would be Zest, Stats, Deer, Trap. Deer and Trap because they were with me during my STX days. Innovation too because he was with me during my STX days. So yeah, pro gamers like them.
Okay. Side question then: is he happy to see Trap move on in GSL?
GSL 32강전에서 조성호 선수가 16강으로 진출했으니 기쁘세요?
약간 약간 배 아팠습니다.
왜 배 아팠어요?
사실 제가 좀 저그한테 많이 져가지고 이제 성호도 떨어질 줄 알았는데 올라갔더라고요. 그래서 뭐 배 아픈 것도 있었지만 이제 되게 잘하더라고요. 보면서 좀 배웠어요.
So yes, I am happy that Trap made it through, but at the same time, I was also hurting a little because I personally have lost to Zergs a lot.
Okay.
So I thought Trap would also fail to make it through, but he did make it through. So on some level, I was kind of hurting, but yeah, I'm happy for him, and I learned some stuff watching his games.
Good deal. Okay. Classic. Which pro gamers do you like the least? I don't want to say hate, or do you consider to be an enemy?
이 선수랑 대결할 때마다 제일 기분이 더럽다. 그런 선수가 있나요?
친하기도 하지만 게임에선 되게 제가 싫어해서 다크요, 다크. 다크랑은 제가 너무 많이 져가지고 게임 할 때마다 뭔가 하기도 싫고 약간 저의 상성인 것 같아서 게임 내에서 되게 제가 싫어합니다.
Even though I am really close to him, I really dislike playing against Dark. I have way too many memories of having lost to him. I consider Dark like my Achilles heel. I just can't seem to beat him.
That's a good one. So it doesn't like playing Dark. I don't blame him. Dark's really good. Okay. Classic. What are your favorite memories from any of the team houses?
SKT 숙소에 살았었을 때 그리고 또 STX 숙소에 살았었을 때 제일 좋은 기억이 있었나요?
STX요? 사실 STX 때는 제가 그 테란 시절로 활동하던 당시에 되게 성적이 안 좋아서 솔직히 그렇게 기분 좋은 일이 많이 없었는데 이제 마지막 시즌에 팀 우승을 해가지고 그냥 팀 우승할 때밖에 생각이 안 나네요. STX는.
SKT 숙소에 살았었을 때는요?
SKT 숙소요? 뭐 어떤 건 뭐 게임 쪽으로 말하는 거예요? 아니면 뭐.
그러니까 뭐 무조건 게임 쪽으로 얘기하실 필요는 없고요. 그냥 제일 남는 기억이 있었으면.
남는 기억이요?
네.
남는 기억은 그냥 막 한국 시간으로 새벽 4시까지 연습 시간이었던 때가 생각이 나서 이렇게 되게 빡세게 훈련하던 그게 생각이 나네요.
그러니까 뭐 팀원들이랑 같이 관련돼 있는 좋은 기억은 없었나요?
팀원들이랑 관련된 뭐가 있지?
그러니까 뭐 게임적으로 얘기하셔도 되고 게임적으로 아닌 기억도 괜찮고.
저희는 그냥 옛날에 그렇게 스케줄 빡셀 때 이제 하루씩 쉬는 날에 그냥 다 같이 그 리그 오브 레전드를 하러 갔는데 PC방 가서 그런 기억이 많이 있네. 그냥 PC방 가서 다 같이 5명이서 다른 게임도 했는데 그냥 그런 때가 재밌었어요. 옛날엔. 딱히 생각나는 게 없는데.
네, 알겠습니다.
네.
I would say back when I was living in the STX team house, I didn't really put up any good or memorable results back then, so I can't really say that I have very good memories in terms of when I was living at the STX team house. Although, when we won the Pro League championship, that was really memorable. That was I like that a lot. At the SKT team house, I remember our practice schedule was really strict, really rough. We would practice all the way until like 4 in the morning. I remember that fondly. I also remember like on days off, we would go to like PC cafes and play like League of Legends, like 5-man team League of Legends, and those were really fun and memorable days.
That's funny that they would sneak off to go play League of Legends. I like that. Okay. Those are good answers too. Classic, how is it going for you now without a team house? What do you do now that you didn't as much when you were in the team house?
이제 나오셨고 무소속으로 혼자
네.
활동하고 계시니까 기분이 어떠세요? 뭐가 달라진 점이 있다고 생각하세요?
일단 제일 달라진 점이 그 연습량에서 확실히 팀에서 잡아줄 때랑 제가 따로 할 때랑 다르더라고요. 네, 집에 있으니까 연습도 많이 안 하게 되고, 그리고 이제 제일 다른 점이 팀에 있으면 다 밥을 줬거든요. 그 일하시는 이모님이나 이제 사먹거나 밥을 잘 챙겨줬는데 집에 있으니까 이제 제가 잘 안 챙겨 먹게 되더라고요. 그래서 되게 살이 많이 빠졌어요. 네, 살이 한 6kg 빠져가지고 그냥 팀에 있을 때는 잘 챙겨주던 게 이제 저 혼자 나오니까 그게 잘 안 되는 것 같아요. 특히 밥에서
아,
네, 연습량이.
So now that I'm no longer living in a team house and living on my own, I would definitely say that a couple things that have changed the most for me is the amount of practicing that I do. Back when I was in the team house, they were really on top of it and making sure that I was practicing. But now that I'm living on my own, I tend to not practice as much as I should, or sometimes just kind of don't even find the desire to practice. And then also, back when living in the team house, they fed us really well. They were always on top of getting meals and buying meals for us. But now that I'm on my own, I tend to not really take care of myself as well as I should have. I don't eat as much, and I don't take care of myself in terms of meals. So I've actually lost a lot of weight.
Okay. Well, he needs to take better care of himself. All right. Well, let's go on to the next question here. What does he think of what is it? I love's coaching, and what is his favorite memory with him?
SKT 숙소에서 살았었을 때 최현성 감독님 대해서 최현성 감독님의 코칭 실력 대해서 기분이 어떠셨는지, 그리고
코칭 스타일.
예, 그리고 뭐 감독님이랑 관련돼 있는 제일 남는 기억이 있었나요?
코칭 스타일은 계속 변했어요. 아무래도 그때 당시에 최현성 감독님이 처음 들어왔을 때여가지고 뭐 처음 1년은 되게 스파르타식으로 막 새벽 4시까지 연습시키고 그러다가 이제 뭐 그 다음 연도는 좀 이제 풀어줘서 되게 여유롭게 하다가 또 마지막 시즌에는 이제 그 두 개를 섞어서 그냥 스파르타 앤 이제 풀어주는 식으로 했다가 그러니까 좀 골고루 있었던 것 같아요. 스타일이 정해진 게 아니고. 그리고 뭐 기억나는 거는 되게 감독님이 운동을 좋아하셔가지고 이렇게 연습실에 막 헬스장 기구를 사다 드려요. 그래서 저희가 연습실에서 막 이렇게 운동하고 아침마다 막 이렇게 운동을 열심히 했던 기억이 있네요.
In terms of I Love U's coaching style, I feel like he was very versatile. When he first came into SKT as a head coach, it felt like we were in like Sparta. We felt like Spartans. Like, we would work us until like 4 in the morning, just practicing nonstop. Then, like, as time passed, he kind of got more lax and kind of gave us more freedom in terms of practicing. But then towards the end, he also kind of did a mixture of two, of like the Spartan training and then also lax training. He did a mix of the two. So it was very interesting being under I Love Uv. He had some very diverse coaching styles. In terms of favorite memories with him, I remember that I Love Uv, he likes exercising a lot. So he purchased exercising equipment for us and placed them in the practice room. So we would work out from time to time, and that was fun.
Okay, cool. And then Ninja Taz had one random question: is what's his favorite animal?
Animal?
제일 좋아하는 동물이 있으세요?
I like dog.
What?
강아지 좋아합니다.
Dog?
In Korean we say 도구
Oh, okay.
instead of dog.
Okay.
But
Well, I just want to make sure I got it right. Okay. All right, cool. Does he have a dog?
강아지
아?
있으세요?
No.
Not right now.
아주 그 전에 팀에서 있었어요. 그 팀 숙소에 한 마리 키워가지고.
어?
네.
오, 그건 사람들이 모르는 것 같았는데요? 사람들이 알고
잘-
있었나요?
뭐 아는 분도 있고 모르는 분도 있고 그냥
어,
그 코치님이 좋아하셔가지고 한 마리를 키웠어요 숙소에서.
오. Okay, so I really like dogs, and in fact, when we lived at the SKT team house, we had a dog. I love Uv, our head coach likes dogs, so we actually had a dog, and we were keeping a dog in the team house.
Cool. That's awesome. What was the dog's name?
걔 이름이 뭐였어요?
도구 네임 캐리.
캐리?
네, 캐리. 캐리. 뜻은 잘 모르겠고 그냥 코치님이 지어주셔가지고
캐리.
네, 캐리.
네, like 롤 캐리 할 때요?
Like carriers?
네, 맞아요.
like okay, so the dog's name was Carry, like in League of Legends when a teammate carries you.
Yeah. Okay. So the dog was carried. I like it. Okay. Next question. MVP Arbiter asks, what does he think of the current state of PvT? Is it in need of balance change, or do most pros just need to figure things out more?
현재 풀토 대 테란전 대해서 어떤 기분이 드세요? 좀 밸런스돼서 선수들이 시간이 더 걸려서 좀 대처 방법을 알아야 되는지 아니면 블리자드 쪽에서 뭔가를 좀 해줘야 되는지.
저도 노력 중인데 좀 밸런스가 안 맞는 것 같아서 지금은 일단 그 대격변 이후에 사이클론이나 탱크가 버프됐잖아요. 세졌잖아요. 그게 너무 언밸런스한 것 같아요. 지금 그 테란전이 처음부터 끝까지 맞고만 있다 맨날 지는 상황이 많이 나와서 테란 초반 푸시가 너무 세서 토스가 운영 가기가 힘들어서 지금 다들 힘들어하는 것 같아요. 좀 패치가 필요하지 않나 싶어요 지금.
In terms of PvT, obviously I'm working hard on my own trying to figure things out, but you can't deny the fact that certain units have received buffs and the balance has shifted a lot, such as tanks getting a buff and cyclones getting much stronger in terms of their ground damage.
Yeah.
So when it comes to PvT, it's gotten very hard for Protosses to survive in the early game because the early push from Terran is just so strong that it's very difficult for us to transition into a late macro game. We're dying a lot early on before we can even get to that point.
Yeah.
So I really do feel like a balance change, some sort of patch is in order, is necessary.
Yeah, I think I agree. Ask him what about like the Widow Mine? Is he having any problems like with the Widow Mine and Liberator?
Liberator?
Yeah.
Liberator. 땅거미 지뢰랑 해방선대에서는 어떻게 생각하세요? 그 두 유닛들이 요즘 프로게이머들의 의견으로 제일로 문제가
네.
많다고 보는데요. 김도호 선수는 어떻게 생각하세요?
저도 그 두 개가 지금 제일 사기인 것 같아요. 일단 지뢰 같은 경우에는 되게 가격이 싼데 너무 세가지고 지뢰 맨날 되게 유닛들이 많이 터지고 지는 경기가 많거든요. 그래서 지뢰 뭐 견제가 와서 잡는다 해도 별로 이득이 아니어서 가격이 싸가지고 그리고 해방선은 또 워낙 세서 예, 요새 그 지뢰나 해방선이나 뭘 이렇게 너프가 필요하지 않나. 예, 지금 테란이 많이 센 건 사실인 것 같아요. 스코어 쪽으로만 봐도 요새 테란이 거의 다 이기고 있기 때문에 좀 패치가 필요하지 않나.
I feel that Terran is really strong right now, and especially with the Widowmine and Liberator. I agree with other pro gamers that those two units are very OP. In terms of the Widowmine, it kills so many things with their splash damage, and they're very strong. And also, you really don't gain much even when you kill Widowmines because they're so cheap and so easy to replace.
Yeah.
So I'm struggling a lot against Widowmines, and then of course with the Liberator because they're so strong. With the way the unit is designed, I really feel like in terms of Widowmines and Liberators, there needs to be some sort of patch, some sort of nerf for these two units because Protosses are losing left and right, and we just can't seem to do anything against Terran right now. Mostly, all the games are being won by Terran.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think that those units in combination are just like way too effective, and yeah, I don't know what needs to be changed, but I agree that something else needs to be done about it. Moving on. Call Me Sparky asks, why do you like playing Stargate in all of your matchups? Are you a fan of Phoenix's oracles, or do you think that it's just a good strategy that gives you opportunity to be on the map?
김도호 선수 경기할 때마다 시청자들이 보기에는 김도호 선수가
네.
우주 관문으로 관련돼 있는 전략을 자주 쓰는 걸로 보이는데요. 우주 관문 유닛들이 제일 좋은 거예요. 뭐 예언자나 불사조가 좋은 유닛들이라서 쓰는 거예요. 아니면은 뭐 맵 쪽으로 좋기 때문에.
그렇게 좋은 건 아닌데 이제 제가 예언자 운전은 되게 잘하기 때문에 예언자 컨트롤에 자신이 있기 때문에 제가 예언자를 많이 쓰는 것 같아요. 우주관문류가 저한테 잘 맞아서 제가 우주관문 유닛만큼은 제일 컨트롤을 잘한다라고 생각하기 때문에 많이 쓰고 있습니다.
I like playing Stargate in all my matchups, not necessarily because they're good, but because I'm confident in my control and my micro, especially the Oracle. I'm very confident in when it comes to microing the Oracle, and I just think that I personally am very good with Stargate units, so that's why I play Stargates a lot in my matchups.
Got it. What's Classic? What's your favorite unit in the game?
오라클.
Oracle. Okay. Which ability?
그 예언자가 쓰는 능력 중에서 제일 좋아하는.
그냥 그 공격하는 거를 제일 좋아하지. 저는 뭐라 해야
I like the beam, the Oracle beam.
The attack.
It's that the Oracle being on offense is the best.
I agree. It's good. Okay. Next question. Toss Boy asks, Classic, have you ever thought about switching back to Terran?
다시 테란으로 돌아갈 생각 해본 적 있어요?
Never.
Yeah.
아무래도 테란 시절에 제가 성적이 많이 안 나왔기 때문에 뭐 지금 테란이 세다 해도 이렇게 돌아가고 싶은 마음이 없어요. 제가 옛날에 많이 져서. 네.
When I played Terran, I lost a lot. So I mean, even with the current state of Terran and how good Terran is right now, I still don't have any thoughts about switching back to Terran. I just have way too many memories of having lost.
Yeah, that's a good answer. I also play Protoss, so Protoss number 1.
Hey, I play Terran number 1. Man.
Get out of here. Okay. Emb Sado asks, what's your favorite macro opener for PvZ, PvT, and PvP?
종족종마다 운영 빌드는 제일 좋아하는 빌드가 뭐예요?
어, 종족전마다요? PBT? PBT는 아까 말했듯이, 오라클 트리플? 네, 예언자 트리플을 하고 이제 우주관물 유닛을 쓰면서 하는 걸 좋아하고, 계속 말해도 돼요. 다.
네네, 계속 말하세요.
PVP? 토스전 역시 오라클을 쓰면서 또 오라클로 이제 찌르면서 하는 걸 좋아하고 그냥 다 오라클을 좋아하는 것 같은데 I like 오라클.
아,
저그 때는 그냥 오라클 트리플 테란이랑 저그전은 그냥 오라클 트리플을 많이 하는 것 같아요. 그러고 나서 이제 그냥 운영을 하는 편이어서 그게 이제 무난한 빌드인 것 같아서 많이 쓰고 있습니다.
so when it comes to each matchup, I would have to say I really like opening up Oracle. Oracle allows me to transition comfortably into my macro games. I like Oracle into Triple Nexus. So those are my macro openers for each matchup. But
Okay.
not for PvP obviously.
Good.
But even for PvP, I will open up Oracle.
Alright, let's
I like 오라클
Oracle's good. Oracle good unit. Okay.
because my control is very good.
Top tier control. Top 10 control. Got it.
Yeah.
Classic, how many hours do you practice a day?
How many hour practice? 얼마나 연습하냐고요?
예, 매일마다.
Every day 7 hours. Maybe 한 7 hour. 예전에 팀에 있을 때는 한 10시간 정도 했는데 요새는 한 7시간 정도 하는 것 같아요.
Back when I was on a team and living in the team house, I would practice about 10 hours a day. But now that I'm on my own, I practice about 7 hours a day, I'd say.
Okay.
Toast, are we asking the the cheese question? His favorite cheese?
I was just gonna skip it.
Okay.
It's,
I don't even know if he has favorite cheeses.
I figured
He's gonna say Oracle.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
He's gonna say, "Oh, my favorite cheese is Oracle."
Okay, let's ask. Classic, what's your favorite cheese? Like, what's your favorite cheese strat?
종족전마다 제일 좋아하는 치즈 러시, 올린 러시.
어...
뭐 오라클이에요?
시즈러시가 뭐가 있지? 테란전 PVT 테란전에 이제 그냥 전멸 추적자를 하고 블링크 전멸 추적자를 하고 이제 트리플을 먹고 그냥 거기서 관문을 늘려서 하는 올인러시를 제일 좋아하고 근데 저그전은 올인러시가 되게 안 돼서 그나마 있는 게 이제 다크드랍하고 다크드랍 이제 아칸으로 만들고 질럿 발업해서 앞마당에서 올인러시 하는 게 있거든요. 그게 굉장히 세서 네, 뭐 그걸 좋아하고 뭐 포프전 같은 경우에는 그냥 앞마당 먹고 이제 원멸자 원분광기 뽑아서 그냥 빠르게 올인 가는 걸 좋아하죠.
앞마당 먹은 다음에 뭐를 뽑는다고요?
아,
불멸자.
아니다. 치즈러시를 말하는 거니까 그냥 다시 말해야겠다. 테란전 제일 좋아하는 게 그거예요. 전진우관. 전진에서
알겠어요.
네, 전진우관 제일 좋아. 그 다음에 올인러시 제일 좋아하고 이제 저그전은 다크드랍 아칸 이후 질럿 발업. 그리고 토스전 또 전진에서 로봇 짓고 멸자 올인을 좋아해요.
그 전진 우간에서는 예언자 뽑으세요?
네, 오라클이죠. 오라클 이후에 공허 포격기 올인을 하면 좋습니다.
오라클 그 다음에 뭐를 뽑는다고요?
그 공업포격기라고.
네, 알겠습니다. Okay, so for PVT, my favorite cheese all in is Proxy Stargate. Open up with Oracle into Void Ray. That kills them. And then for PVZ, there aren't really that many all-ins, but there is one that I like to do. It's a Warp Prism Dark Templar opener, and then you morph them into Archons, keep up the pressure, and then you pump out Charge Lots and just run in from the front and kill everything. And then for PvP, my favorite cheese all-in would be Proxy Robo, and that requires an Immortal all-in bust.
That's my favorite PvP cheese too, is the Immortal bust. I'll have to show Classic. I have a really good cheese for him. It's like a 5-gate Oracle all in. He would love it.
5 Stargate Oracle?
No, 5 Warp Gate, 1 Stargate all in.
Oh.
It's
which matchup?
PvT. It works at my level. It works really good on the ladder. Like I have like a 95% win rate with it.
토스트 분이 김도우 선수에게 빌드를 하나 추천하겠대요. 자기가 쓰는 테란전에서 자기가 쓰는 오관문 원 우주관문 올린이라는데요. 자기 레벨에서는 되게 효과가 좋다고 하네요.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't think it would work for him.
Thank you guys. Good build.
It works for me.
What do you get out of those warp gates? What do you get?
It just depends. Yeah, it depends on what you see. Like usually I grab like 2 stalkers, but yeah, it's mostly adepts. And then you just have the stalkers just for like range in case there's like widow mines. And then like you'll just take let 1 adept take the hit, and then you just like storm up the ramp anyway. And
what do you pull out of the Stargate?
Oracle. Yep.
So,
it's two oracles. The first one actually just fights. You don't go into the mineral line. You just fight the marines. And then you fight the marines with your adepts and your oracle. And then if it gets hit by widow mine, then your second one will do the revelation to reveal the widow mines, and then you just.
그러니까 예언자를 뽑아서 그 건설 로봇 타겟팅하는 게 아니고요. 그 해병 숫자를 줄인 다음에 그다음에 관문으로 사도를 뽑아서 사도 오라클 추적자 올린이네요.
한번 나중에 기회가 되면 써보도록 하겠습니다.
네, 알겠습니다. So he says he will. I will use that build.
Okay.
If the opportunity arises in the future.
Okay, I will hold him to that. I would love to see it, but I
will stream that build if the opportunity arises in the future.
Okay, he has to tell me. He has to link me. He has to tell me when he uses it so I can watch. But okay. Next question. Let's see. Who are the top 5 players right now?
Top 5. Innovation.
Classic.
And yes, classic. Innovation, classic, and dark, and stats, and 변. Yes.
Okay. That's a pretty good list.
I
I think you're right. I think those top 5 are top tier. I wouldn't want to play any of them.
주성욱 선수는 기세가 떨어진 것 같아요.
성욱이도 잘한다고 생각했는데 그냥 최근에 GSL에 떨어져서 지금 당장은 그냥 언급을 안 했어요. 일단은 최근 대회를 떨어졌기 때문에 그냥 아직 실력을 모르겠어서 뭐 잘하는 선수는 맞죠. 네.
So I asked him about Zest, and he said, I obviously I think Zest is a good player, but he got knocked out of his GSL group, so I'm afraid I can't put him in the top 5 right now. I can't put him in the top 5 in his current state.
Classic is number 6 Sue?
Sue?
Yeah.
Sue, maybe 10?
Maybe 10. Okay.
Oh! Sue is 10?
Someone clip that.
What the? Oh, wow.
I like it.
그러면은 6번째 선수는 누구죠?
Okay.
뭐 제스트나
Hero? 김준호?
피어로. 그냥 뭐 약간 장난이었어, 테는. 네.
장난이었어요.
뭐라고 해야 되지? 네.
여섯 번째 선수는 없나요?
여섯 번째가
그냥 어윤수라고 할까요?
예, 조크였고 그냥 윤수라고 해.
I was kidding. I was kidding. Sue is actually number 6. He doesn't belong in 10.
Okay, don't. That wasn't serious. I got it. Okay. Classic. What are your personal goals for 2017?
올해 목적은 뭐세요? 개인적으로.
개인적인 목표는 이제 일단 블리츠컨에 가는 게 첫 목표고, 제가 이제 프로게이머 하면서 그 못 이룬 게 하나 있는데 그게 블리츠컨 우승이. 제가 뭐 개인 리그 딴 거 우승해봤는데 이제 블리츠컨 우승을 못 해봐서 블리츠컨 우승이 목표입니다.
For 2017, personally as a programmer, there's one thing that I've never been able to achieve, and that is a BlizzCon championship. I've won a championship for all other leagues, but I've never been able to win a BlizzCon championship. So I'm going to aim for that this year specifically.
The year of Classic. You heard it, boys. BlizzCon champion coming up.
That's actually really true what he's saying about he's won everything else. He won GSL, he won SSL, he won IEM, like he's won everything else.
Everything. Is he won a
Yeah.
DreamHack?
He has not won a DreamHack, but I'm pretty sure he will if he
He
gets
could,
a
he could if he wanted to. Let's be
He'll win a
honest.
DreamHack if he wants to.
Yeah, I believe it.
He probably just doesn't want to.
He'll win. I believe it. We'll see him at BlizzCon this year. I think he's got a good shot.
그 드림핵 우승해본 적은 없는데 드림핵은 어떠세요? 개인적으로?
드래맥을 한 번 나가봤는데 그 당시에 8강이었나? 그 제동이 형한테 져가지고 드림맥도 우승을 해보고 싶은데 솔직히 이제 한국 사람이 나가기에는 좀 힘든 대회니까 뭐 드림맥도 우승하고 싶은데 이제 블리츠컨이 그래도 제일 큰 대회잖아요. 연말에 하는 블리츠컨 우승이 더 둘 다 하고 싶지만 이제 하나 고르라면 블리츠컨 우승이 더 좋네요.
네. 그거는 어때요? 홈스토리컵.
뭐 모든 기회가 된다면 다 나가서 우승하고 싶은데 잘 안 불러주시더라고요. 네.
네, 알겠습니다. So I asked him about other tournaments. I asked him about DreamHack and I asked him about Homestory. So this is what he had to say. Obviously, if the opportunity arises, I would like to win championships for those tournaments as well. One time, I went to DreamHack once, and I think I lost in the quarterfinals to Jaedong.
Okay.
So I would like to go back to DreamHack and win a championship. And I would like to win a championship for Homestory Cup too, but I haven't been invited yet. They won't invite me for some reason to Homestory Cup. So if I get an invite, yes, I'll go and I'll try to win the championship. But obviously, BlizzCon being the most prestigious tournament of the year, that is the one that I have my sights set on.
Okay, so you guys heard it. Classic's putting Take TV on blast for not inviting
Exactly.
him.
Take. If you're
on
listening
it.
to this interview, invite Classic to Homestory. He wants to go. Okay. He wants to go. He wants that Homestory Cup championship.
Solar's not in his top 5, so and he is in the top 5. So come on. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Okay.
Okay.
Next question. Do you have any players that you look up to?
존경하는 선수가 있으세요?
딱히 존경하는 선수는 없는데. No.
뭐? No.
Classic.
What about when you were younger? Were there any players that you liked the most?
스타원 때에서는 어땠어요? 뭐 임요한, 이윤열, 뭐 홍진호 이런 선수들 존경하는 선수는 없었나요?
이제 임요한 감독님이었는데 저한테는 임요한 선수님이 제일 존경스러웠죠. 왜냐면 이렇게 막 신기한 빌드를 많이 하는 걸 봐서 저도 이렇게 좀 많이 안 나온 빌드를 쓰는 걸 좋아하는데, 그래서 막 이렇게 처음 나오는 빌드로 이기는 걸 보고 되게 신기해가지고 옛날에 좀 존경했던 것 같아요.
이묘한 선수 덕분에 테란을 선택하게 됐나요?
아니 딱히 그건 아닌데 그냥
아, 알겠습니다.
테라는 뭐 그냥
알겠습니다. 그건 얘기 안 하고.
예.
I don't have any players I look up to right now, but I would say back in StarCraft 1 days, back in the Brood War days, I really looked up to Boxer.
Okay.
Boxer was very innovative, very inspirational. He came up with a lot of very creative build orders that really inspired me, that were really cool to watch. And so, yeah, I looked up to Boxer back in the days.
Boxer was really good.
Boxer was also his head coach. Boxer was
Okay.
before I Love Move came in. Boxer was the head coach of SKT.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yep.
Okay. Classic. How do you feel when you have to play teammates or like old teammates?
전 팀원들이랑 대결하게 될 때 기분이 어떠세요?
지금 전 팀원들이 아니면 그 당시 팀에 있을 때요.
그 당시 팀에 있었을 때요.
아, 사실 제가 SK T1 와가지고 팀킬을 많이 했는데 처음에는 되게 싫었어요. 왜냐면 같은 팀이어서 되게 까다롭기도 하고 막 빌드도 준비하기 어려워서 되게 싫어했는데 이제 하다 보니 익숙해지더라고요. 왜냐면 어딜 가나 대회 T1 선수들이 있어가지고 만날 수밖에 없어서. 그리고 또 이제 제가 팀킬에서는 많이 이겼기 때문에 그 윤수나 중혁이를 결승에서 다 이겨봤기 때문에 그렇게 싫어하지는 않아요, 팀킬을.
네, 알겠습니다. Back when I was in SKT, obviously I didn't like team kills. I didn't like having to put down my teammates. But I would have to face them a lot. SKT is a really strong team, so we would always be up there when it came to tournaments. We would always be in the playoffs, so we would always have to face off against each other. But personally for myself, because I've beaten players like Dream in the SSL finals and players like Sue in the GSL finals, so like I actually don't mind team kills. I'm good at them.
Well, you should be, I guess. That would make sense. Okay. All right, we got a couple more questions here, guys, from our posted questions, and then we'll take some of the viewer questions. So we got about 3 more. Classic. Do you think StarCraft 2 in Korea has a future without Kespa support?
한국에서 지금 스타크래프트 2가 캐스파의 후원 없이도 계속 살아갈 수 있다고 생각하세요?
뭐 많이 힘들어진 건 사실이지만 그래도 대회 뭐 온라인 대회나 개인 리그는 여전히 남아있기 때문에 뭐 자기가 성적만 낼 수 있으면 살아갈 수는 있는 것 같아요. 대신 이제 예전보다는 개인 리그의 중요성이 더 심해져서 뭐 옛날에 월급을 받아가지고 이제 좀 덜 연습했지만 지금은 개인 리그로만 상금으로만 벌어가는 시대여가지고 약간 더 서바이벌이 좀 더 심해진 것 같긴 한데. 네. 그래도 뭐
더 할 말이 있으세요?
그냥 요약하면 이제 성적만 낼 수 있으면 살아갈 수 있다 이 정도.
네, 알겠습니다.
네.
Obviously, with no more Kespa support in the StarCraft 2 scene, it's gotten a lot more difficult. But it's not completely unsustainable because we have many online leagues still, and we have individual leagues still that we can participate in. But if there's one big thing is that we're not salaried players anymore. We're not contracted with teams anymore, which means we live solely based off of what we earn through prize money. So a lot of importance is put now on individual leagues and establishing results. So there is that one big factor change right there.
Classic, have any teams reached out to you?
저 김도훈 선수에게 팀들이 연락했나요? 팀을
거의 안 온 것 같아요. 저도
거의
왜
안
안 오는지 모르겠는데 이렇게 거의 안 오더라고요. 그래서 여전히 찾고 있습니다.
좀 이상하네요. 김도호 선수는 뭐 GSL도 우승했고 SSL도 우승했고 IM도 우승했고 좀 참 성적을 많이 내신 선수인데
그러게요.
네.
I don't know.
브리즈콘 4강도 가셨고 참 잘하는 선수인데.
그러게요.
Surprisingly, I haven't been contacted that often from teams. I don't know why. I don't know why they're not contacting me. I'm a good player, so please
Top
contact
5, right? Like they should be calling every day.
Top 5.
Every day. Yeah. it'll happen soon. I mean, if I think if Classic wanted to be on the team, he could definitely be on the team. So, well, let me ask that then. Does Classic, do you want to be on a team or do you want to be alone right now?
팀으로 들어가기 원하세요? 아니면 무소속으로 계속 활동하기 원하세요? 그리고 팀으로 들어가기 원하시면은 어떤 뭐 개인적으로 원하는 팀이 있나요?
아니요, 뭐 제가 지금 원하는 팀은 없고 그냥 그래도 무소속보다는 팀이 있는 게 좋아서 뭐 대업이나 준호는 팀에 들어갔더라고요. 그런 거 보면 좀 부럽기도 하고 그래서 저도 팀에 들어가길 원하는 것 같아요.
김대엽 선수는 어디로 들어갔나요?
팀 이름이 뭐였지? 그 민수랑 같은 팀인데 무슨
민수? 강민수?
네.
스플라이스요?
스플라이스.
그거 공개해도 되나?
그 이미 많이 예전에 나오지 않았어요?
그런가요?
네. 기사까지 나와가지고 뭐.
네. 맞네요. 네, 벌써 공개됐습니다. 네. I do want to be on a team. I don't want to stay teamless. I'm looking for a team because, you know, Stats found a team, Solar found a team, Hero found a team. These players have all found a team. So yes, I too am looking for a team. I want to be on a team.
Okay. Cool. Well, someone will pick you up. I promise. I know. It will happen. So it'll be soon. Maybe Liquid Classic.
네, 제가 리퀴드한테 한번 여쭤보겠습니다.
Thank you. For me, please. Top 5.
Top 5, right? Yeah, top 5. Come on.
Top 5.
Dude, Liquid Classic. Let's make that
Liquid
happen.
Classic.
I'm gonna talk to Nazgul.
That's gotta.
I will
get
talk to Nazgul, and I will talk to Liquid 112, and we'll get it going.
That's got a good ring to it too, right? Like Liquid Classic.
Liquid Classic has a very good ring to it, and then he'll be joining Snoot and Youth Thermal and TLO, and they'll have some really great games together.
Yeah.
Mana,
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's get back on topic to our questions here. Classic, do you think the overall player skill has increased or decreased since the teams disbanded?
전체적으로 협회가 이제 더 이상 활동을 안 하니까 팀들이 다 해체됐으니까 전체적으로 선수들의 실력들이 늘었다고 보세요? 아니면 낮아졌다고 보세요?
실력은 조금 줄어든 것 같고 그래도 원래는 제 생각으로는 훨씬 더 많이 떨어질 줄 알았는데 그건 아니더라고요. 왜냐면 온라인 대회도 생각보다 많아서 이제 선수들이 맨날 온라인 대회 하고 있고 우리 연습을 그래도 그 전까지는 아니지만 그래도 많이 하고 있는 것 같아서 저는 원래 더 떨어질 줄 알았지만 그래도 예전보다 약간 줄어든 정도? 그 정도인 것 같아요.
I feel that with Kespa disbanding not Kespa. I feel that with no more Kespa teams around, that the overall player skill has dropped. But personally, I feel that it hasn't dropped as far as I thought it would go. There are still players that are putting up incredible results and showing incredible amounts of skill. And I think even though our practice, the amount of practice that we do, obviously is not as much as we would do if we were still on those Kespa teams, but we're still hanging in there. And I think overall the player skill, even though it has dropped, it's still at a very good spot.
Yeah. Classic, who's the best foreigner right now?
해외에서 제일 잘하는 선수가 누구예요?
I think Nip.
Really?
Oh, Neeb.
니
I'm gonna have to disagree.
니베.
Nurchio.
Nerchio, Scarlet, right?
I think Nurchio is the best right now.
아,
스칼렛 선수가 32강 진출하시고 16강으로 진출할 것 같아요.
스칼렛 선수도 굉장히 잘해가지고 지금 굉장히 경기하고 있습니다. 저랑 같은 조인데
예.
되게 잘한다고 많이 들어서 스칼렛 선수도 되게 지금 잘한다고 생각을 해요.
많은 사람들이 그룹에서 김도호 선수가 첫 번째로 진출하고 스칼렛 선수가 두 번째로 진출하겠다라고 예측을 하고 있는데요. 그거에 대해서 어떻게 생각하세요?
네, 저도 스칼렛 선수가 지금 유력한 16강 진출자라고 생각을 해서 저도 지금 조심하지 않으면 떨어질 수도 있기 때문에 잘 준비해서 가야 될 것 같아요.
Yeah, so I asked him about
Yeah.
Scarlett and how he felt about her being in the round of 32 and whether or not she will make it to the round of 16. And Classic said, Scarlett is also a very good foreigner. She's a very good player, and I'll be honest, I'm in danger of not making out of my group if I underestimate her. So I have to make sure to prepare really well because I think Scarlett definitely has what it takes to get out of that group. And I don't want to let my guard down and end up losing to her.
That's a really good mindset. You should tell myself that too. All right, next question here. What do you think of the current map pool? And then what about the next map pool in PvZ and PvT? What are your favorite and least favorite maps?
지금 현재 시즌에서 맵들 대해서 어떻게 생각하세요? 그 다음에 이제 다음 시즌에 공개된 새롭게 나오는 맵들 대해서는 어떻게 생각하고 그 다음에
네.
풀토대 테란전이랑 풀토대 저그전에 제일 하기 싫은 맵이 있으면 얘기해 주세요.
우선 다음 시즌 맵은 제가 아직 확인을 못 해봐서 잘 모르겠고 이번 시즌 맵은 테란한테 굉장히 유리한 것 같아요. 저는 테란이 다 하기 좋은 맵들이어가지고 그냥 토스 입장에서는 별로 좋은 것 같진 않고 그리고 이제 제일 싫어하는 맵은 저그전의 헤비테이션이라고 굉장히 저그 맵이어서 그 맵을 싫어하고 테란전은 이제 테란전 거의 다 싫긴 한데 뭐 돌개바람, 윌 와인드 싫어합니다.
네, 알겠습니다. I would say in terms of this current map pool, I think it's very advantageous for Terran. So I would say that the current map pool is not that favorable for Protoss. In terms of the new map pool that will be coming out the next season, I actually haven't had a chance to check them out yet. So I can't really comment on that, but hopefully they'll be good for Protoss. And in terms of maps that I dislike playing on for PvZ, I don't like playing Zerg on Habitation Station. And I don't like playing against Terran on most maps, but if I had to pick one, I would say I don't like playing against them on Whirlwind.
Okay, yeah, Whirlwind's a tough map. All right, Classic. Last question here from the threads here. What do you think of Blizzard?
블리자드 대해서 어떻게 생각하세요?
어떤 블리자드야?
블리자드 회사요. 그 밸런스를 해주는 블리자드 쪽에서.
아, 밸런스. 최근에 그냥 토스 입장에서는 밸런스가 안 좋다라고 느끼기 때문에 하루빨리 패치가 됐으면 좋겠는데 아직 소식이 없더라고요. 일을 빨리 해줬으면 그냥 좋겠다라는 개인적인 생각이 있네요. 그냥 저 빨리 패치가 필요하다.
그 블리자드가 최대한 선수들을 위해서 해줄 수 있는 걸 다 하고 있다고 생각이 드세요? 아니면은 더 해줄 수 있다고 보세요?
그래도 지금 지원 같은 경우에는 최대한 해주는 것 같아서 뭐 대회 상금이나 그런 지원들은 지금 굉장히 잘 해주는 것 같아서 뭐 지금도 솔직히 만족은 하고 있습니다.
네, 알겠습니다. In terms of Blizzard as a company for how they support the StarCraft 2 scene, I'm actually quite satisfied because they're still supporting us. They're giving us good prize pool for tournaments. So I'm satisfied in that regard. In terms of balancing, I wish they would be a little more quicker on that and give more patches that favor Protoss. From a Protoss standpoint perspective, I don't really like where things are at right now.
So what he's basically saying is, David Kim, please.
That's exactly what he's saying.
I got it.
David Kim, please. That's
David
exactly
Kim,
what
please.
he's. Exactly.
Got it. Okay.
The most. Oh, I should ask him about the most recent community feedback update because that pissed off a lot of people.
Yeah, go ahead. Have you read it?
Actually, I don't even know what it's called in Korean. 커뮤니티 피드백이 뭔지 아세요? 업데이트라고. 커뮤니티 피드백 업데이트라고 블리자드가
예.
그 커뮤니티에서 의견을 듣고 자기네들이 밸런스 돼서 어떻게 생각하는지 이렇게 글을 올리거든요. 블리자드 사이트에서.
예.
그거 아세요?
아, 한두 번 본 것 같아요. 최근에는
네,
안
그거
봤는데.
최근에 나온 게 한 이틀 전에 나왔는데요.
아, 그래요?
거기에서 그 데이비드 킴이랑 밸런스 팀이 뭐라고 말했냐면요. 풀터 대 테란전에 별로 그렇게 큰 문제는 일단 안 보인다. 그래서
그래요?
그래서 고쳐야 된다는 거는 이해하지만 뭐 지금 당장 뭐 급히 뭐 고쳐야 된다는 거는 그런 생각은 별로 안 든다. 이렇게 글을 올렸어요. 그것 때문에 커뮤니티가 굉장히 화가 많이 나 있거든요. 지금 풀토 대 테란전의 성적이 풀토에게 너무 안 좋다고 해서요. 그래서 김도호 선수 어떻게 생각하세요?
저도 몰랐는데 저는 조만간 패치가 이루어질 거라고 생각을 해서 솔직히 그냥 빨리 패치 될 생각하고 있었는데 지금 그런 말을 했다니까 저도 지금 듣자마자 굉장히 화가 나고 왜냐면 지금 모든 프로토스들이 다 테란전이 너무 힘들다고 이제 제 3자 입장에서도 토스들이 성적이 안 나오니까 테란 때문에 이거는 좀 고쳐야 될 필요가 있다고 생각을 해서 전 당연히 패치가 될 줄 알았는데 모두가 그렇다고 생각해가지고 이 처리를 안 하네요 지금.
데이비드 킴한테 한마디 해주세요.
아니, 다시 한번 생각을 해보고 패치를 해주세요.
알겠습니다. So yeah, I asked Classic about the community feedback update, the most recent one, and here's what he had to say. I didn't realize that a community feedback update, a recent one, had come out, and I didn't realize that they said that they don't really see a need for a change in PvT immediately. So upon hearing that, as a Protoss player myself, I'm actually kind of pissed about that, and hopefully, Blizzard will reconsider. My message to David Kim is please reconsider, please reevaluate, because I was expecting a patch to come out soon, and now that I hear that it's not, I'm a little upset. So please reconsider.
Yeah, Classic. David Kim, please.
아?
David Kim, please.
데이비드 킴 플리즈가 뭔 말이에요?
There we go. Clip that. David Kim, please.
온라인에서 커뮤니티가 뭔가를 원하면은 데이비드 킴 플리즈라고 이렇게 말하거든요.
아, 데이비드 킴 플리즈. 플리즈 패치.
Yeah.
Unbalanced.
I agree. Okay, guys, so that's all we had for our Team Liquid and our Reddit questions. We will take your live questions. I just wanted to take a minute to thank everyone who's tuning in so far today, and to everyone who has followed. Guys, if you like this content, please consider following the channel. It really does help us. We're going to be doing more and more of these interviews consistently, and then we also do a weekly show on Wednesdays throughout the week. Our next guest for the next week, we're going to have on Armani and MVP Pet, both on Wednesday, so that will be a really fun show. And then our next interview series will either be with Dust Bunny or Sue. Sue. So one or the other. So yeah, without further ado, let's get the questions coming in. I wanted to go back, and Topher Dahl asked a good one about military service. Let me find it. Might be gone too far.
All right. After a certain while, it doesn't scroll up anymore.
Yeah,
right?
Here it is. Classic. Have you ever wondered about your military service? With many players either choosing military service like 4GG or being forced to retire like Polt, Have you put much thought into it as you've gotten older?
음,
Good question.
그 한국에서 그
네.
군대 입대 때문에요. 많은 선수들이 은퇴를 해야 됐었잖아요. 뭐 최성훈 선수나 뭐 최지성 선수나 이런 선수들이 다 이제 좀 자기네들이 별로 그렇게 원하는 시기는 아니었는데 은퇴해서
아, 예.
군대를 입대를 해야 되기 때문에 그 상황에 대해서는 어떻게 생각하시고 또 개인적으로 자기도 이제 군대로 나중에 군대로 들어가야 되니까 기분이
예.
어떠세요?
뭐 그 부분에 대해서는 뭐 다들 가기 싫어 하지만 그래도 뭐 국방의 의무니까 어쩔 수 없이 가야 되고 저도 굉장히 아쉬워요. 프로게이머를 막 더 오래 하고 싶은데 이제 군대 때문에 이제 좀 더 일찍 그만둬야 되는 상황이어서 저도 이제 나이를 먹어가면서 굉장히 압박을 느끼고 있어서 그래서 오히려 지금 그 나이가 다가올수록 빨리 블리츠컨 우승을 해야 되겠다 해서 좀 더 이제 열심히 하려고
네.
그 생각이 맨날 마음을 다시 가다듬는 것 같아요.
날짜는 잡혀 있나요? 벌써?
아니요, 이제
네?
뭐 일단 올해 블리츠컨 때까지는 갈 생각이 없어서
네.
아마 몇 년 뒤에 갈 것 같아요.
네, 알겠습니다.
네, 그래서 그 전에 블리츠컨 우승을 빨리 해야 될 것 같아요.
네, 그렇죠. 그렇죠. 브리트가 우승하셔야죠. 김도호 선수가
예,
거기 위에
예.
올라가셔야죠.
네.
So in terms of the mandatory military service causing all these pro gamers to retire, I obviously see it as a big disappointment because all these players, most of them are probably not retiring when they want to, retiring because they have to. So it is a big disappointment, but there's not really much we can do about it. I mean, the nation has made it mandatory, so there's nothing we can do about it. I myself also am getting pretty advanced in the years, and I will also have to join the military soon. Well, not soon, but I will have to join the military eventually. So that is why I'm putting a lot of importance in winning BlizzCon championship, because I need to get that done and over with before I have to retire and go to the military myself. So that's why I set that goal for myself this year.
Good goal. That's a good goal. That's a good answer. I like that. Okay, Classic, what do you think of your GSL group, especially Alive?
지금 현재 32강 GSL 32강 그룹 대해서 어떻게 생각하세요? 특히 한희석 선수가 지금 굉장히 기세가 좋다고 보는데 어떻게 생각하세요?
처음에 조가 나왔을 때는 굉장한 꿀조다, 되게 쉬운 조다라고 생각을 했는데 이게 알고 보니 스카이 선수도 굉장히 잘하고 그 한희석 선수가 여기서 되게 잘하더라고요. 막 온라인 대회 다 우승하고 막 올라가고 있고. 그래서 지금은 되게 걱정이 많은 것 같아요. 쉬운 조가 아니다. 이제 남은 기간 동안 되게 열심히 해야 올라갈 수 있겠다 해서 지금 연습을 열심히 하고 있습니다.
김명식 선수 대해서는 어떻게 생각하세요?
명식이도 이제 스타투를 많이 하진 않지만 그래도 기본적인 개념이 있는 친구여서 그렇게 방심할 상대가 아닌 것 같아요.
김명식
되게 조심해야 될 것
선수가
같아요.
스타투도 하고 오버워치도 동시에 하고 있나요?
오버워치 게이머를 이제 준비하고 있는데 스타투도 가끔씩 하더라고요. 이게 그래서 좀 조심해야 될 것 같아요.
알겠습니다. So in terms of my GSL group, when I first saw the players in my group, I thought, oh, this is this is an easy group. This is a honey group. So in Korean we say 꿀조, like honey group, as in like with bees like suckling honey, like
Yeah.
it's just very easy, you know.
Yeah.
It's very sweet, right? So I thought my group was going to be easy at first, but then I did more research and I found out that like Scarlet is actually a really, really good player, and Alive has been doing really well and has been winning all these games online. And you know, Myungshik also, even though he's getting ready to become an Overwatch pro gamer, you can't underestimate Myungshik either. He still plays StarCraft 2 from time to time, and the worst thing you could do is let your guard down. So I'm practicing really hard, trying to make sure I can get out of my group right now.
Yeah. Oh, good answer. The other thing with Myungsik is he's a dirty cheeser, so you got to watch out for the cheese. So, but I'm sure Classic knows that.
김명식 선수가 치즈로 유명한 선수니까 치즈 조심해야 될 것 같나요?
아, 예, 예, 치즈 유저여가지고 굉장히 올인러시를 많이 하는 친구여서 그 부분에 대해서 정말 조심해야 될 것 같네요.
그 김명식 선수가 전 팀원으로서 스타일을 되게 잘 알 거잖아요. 김도호 선수.
예,
그래도 비해도 많이 준비를 해야 될 것 같다고 생각하세요?
많이 알지만 또 굉장히 그런 치즈러시를 많이 하는 친구여가지고 그냥 그런 올인러시를 굉장히 알고 있지만 더 조심해야 될 것 같아요.
Yeah, I asked him I asked him about Myungshik. He said, I know Myungshik is a cheeser. I know he's famous for that, and I know he's probably. I know that I'm probably gonna have to prepare for all-ins, but you know, I'll be ready for it.
Good.
Yeah, and I know his style really well because you know we were teammates, we were former teammates. But even so, I can't let my guard down.
Yeah, good answer. Okay. Classic. What would be your proposed changes to PvT matchup? So I guess what would he change? Like what would he patch to make it better?
만약 김도호 선수가 직접 게임을 패치를 할 수 있다. 그럼 풀토 대 테란전에 뭐를 바꾸시겠어요?
되게 많은데 many, cyclone and 마인 맞나요? 지뢰가
위도마인. 네.
위도우 마인 and 해방선이 뭐죠?
Liberator.
리브레이블 해방선이나 탱크도 요새 너무 세서
네. 그래서
근데 뭐 다 바꾸면 안 되고 솔직히 일단 지뢰 위도우 마인이랑
네.
위도우 마인이 일단 제일 시급한 것 같아요.
그래서 뭐를 바꾸겠어요?
그럼 뭐 실드 추뎀이 너무 높은 것 같아서 지금 그건 데미지를 좀 하향시키고 탱크도 다시 데미지를 롤백 해야 되지 않나. 요새 투탱크 찌르기가 너무 세서 좀 여러 가지로 손볼 게 있는 것 같아요.
네. 알겠습니다. So, if I was in charge of balancing the Protoss versus Terran matchup, I would change the Cyclone, I would change the Widowmine, I would change the Liberator, and I would change the Siege Tank. Now, obviously, I can't change all of that because then the matchup would just get entirely broken in Protoss's favor.
Right.
So, if I had to pick, I would say nerfing the plus shield damage on Widowmines. And then I really feel like perhaps the Siege Tank needs to be looked at again and maybe nerf the damage back to its original state because it's just a little too powerful right now.
That's fair. I think that's within reason to want, especially right now. Okay, good answer. Classic. How much for a best of 7 series? So how much would it cost for someone to play you in a best of 7? What's the minimum?
오케이. 만약에 그 김도호 선수랑 7전 4승 하고 싶다. 그러면은 상금이 얼마 정도 돼야 돼요? 김도호 선수가 받아들이기 전에.
아, 그거요?
네.
굉장히 그냥 뭐 전에 수랑 했던 것만큼만 돼도 그냥 뭐 재미로 나가볼 것 같아요. 뭐 그냥 대회라면 다 좋아해서 그냥 저번에 수랑 했던 거 정도 최소. 네.
I would say that even if like the prize pool wasn't all that high, like for instance, recently I had a Polygon Invitational best of 7 against Sue, so a prize pool around that range would still be fine for me. I just like participating in tournaments in general. So as long as I can have fun, yeah, I'll play in the best of 7. The prize pool doesn't have to be significantly high.
Okay. I like it. He's more in it for the games than for the money. That's teams.
I like how
teams take notice because that is a good quality to have in a player.
I love how he plugged in the match against Sue. We didn't even need to tell him to do that.
Oh, easy.
Smart.
Classic. Who do you think the best Protoss of all time is in StarCraft 2? MC?
역사적으로 제일 잘하는 프로토 선수.
MC?
역사적으로요?
예.
MC?
Yeah.
I think 제스트?
Zest?
뭐 실력적으로 뭐예요?
그러니까 그냥 전체적으로 제일 잘하는 프로토 선수. 자신도 말해도 괜찮고.
이미 제스트 말했으니까 제스트로 할게요.
In StarCraft 2 history, I would say the best Protoss player is Zest.
Okay. Zest is pretty good. I don't. I think that's a really hard question to ask because there's been so many back and forth between players. So, but I think Classic.
Classic is the best.
Number 1. Classic.
Number 1. Classic number 1. Yes.
Yep. Classic.
Yes.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah, number 1. See?
아니 근데 진짜 김도호 선수가 블리즈컨 우승하면요.
예.
전 역사적으로 넘버원 토스 맞잖아요.
Yeah, if he does win BlizzCon, I think he would be considered like the number 1.
이번 연도에
네.
이번 연도에 블리츠컨 우승해서 넘버원이 되겠다고 말씀해 주세요.
뭐 어떻게 말하라고요?
그러니까 아직은 넘버원이라고 하기엔 좀 그렇고
네.
이번 연도에 블리츠컨을 우승해서 넘버원이 되겠다고 좀
네.
말해주세요.
네, 알겠습니다. 네. Okay, so this is what Classic wants to say this to the viewers and his fans. I can't say I'm number 1 right now, but if I win the BlizzCon championship this year, and it will be established, I will be the number 1 Protoss in StarCraft 2 history.
Classic number 1. Classic. Yep. It's
You
coming.
guy.
It's coming. He's coming. All right. I love it. Okay. Let's go. We'll ask a couple more questions, then we'll get Classic's final words here. Classic, why did you choose Protoss over the other races? Was it just because of Brood War, or was there something else in the playstyle?
Oh, actually, this question's been asked before.
Yeah, we kind of talked about that because he used to play Terran, but he was not very good with Terran. And
Actually, no, not even in this interview. Like it's been asked before in previous interviews.
Oh, gotcha.
Classic chose Protoss because he felt Protoss fit his style better, and he was losing too many games as Terran. But he chose Protoss because it felt right to him. I mean, I could ask him. I can ask him, but he'll probably just give the same answer.
yeah, no, that's okay. I would probably say that. I mean, because he said something similar to a similar question too.
Yeah, right. Ultimately, he disliked Terran because he just kept losing as a Terran player, and then he realized Protoss fit his style better, and he was winning more as Protoss, so he switched to Protoss.
Yeah.
I guess the question could pertain around why not Zerg. I guess.
Let's move on. Let's go to this next one here.
Okay.
Classic. If you could go back in time and meet yourself when you started playing StarCraft, what would you tell yourself?
Oh, that's a fun question. 만약에 타임머신이 있어서 다시 그 자기가 선수 생활 시작하기 전에 자신을 만나러 갈 수 있으면은 뭐를 어떤 조언을 줄 것 같아요?
스타2 이제 스타1에서 스타2로 바뀌었잖아요. 제가 테란을 하다가 프로토스로 바꿨는데 테란을 부르지 말고 바로 프로토스로 부르라 그 말을 하고 싶어요.
So, alright, this is Classic's answer. If I could go back in time and meet my former self, and I could tell him one thing, I would tell him, hey, listen, buddy, don't even bother with Terran, just go straight to Protoss, because when StarCraft 2 comes, you're gonna want to start off with just Protoss.
Makes sense. Would he teach him all the good builds too?
I would assume he would. You want me to ask him?
Yeah.
그럼 테란하지 말고 그냥 프로토스로 바로 해라. 그러면은 이제 빌드도 다 가르쳐 주실 거예요? 좋은 빌드.
어떤 거요?
프로토스 빌드들 다 가르쳐 줄 거예요. 미리 다 가르쳐 줄 거예요. 자신.
뭐 안 가르쳐 저도 저의 커리어가 더 높아졌을 거라고 생각을 해서 예전부터 토스를 했으면
어,
그냥 그 말만 해도 제가 넘버원이지 않나.
어,
넘버원이 되지 않았을까 싶어요.
그렇군요. If I go back in time and meet my former self, yes, I'll tell him the Protoss build orders in advance because I personally think that if I had chosen Protoss instead of wasting my time with Terran, I'd be number one Protoss right now.
Okay. That's a good answer. Okay, I have one other follow-up question to that. What else would he tell himself? Like, is there anything else that he would change? Like, if he could go back to when he first started playing StarCraft, like maybe don't embarrass yourself in front of this girl or like something like that.
그럼 만약에 다시 타임머신으로 들어가서 자신을 만나서 게임과 관련돼 있지 않는 조언을 줄 수 있으면은
뭐 어떤 거죠?
이런 여자랑 얘기할 때 뭐 이런 걸 조심해라 아니면 뭐 그런 거 있으면
게임과 관련되지 않는 말이에요. 글쎄요.
네. 자신의 인생과 관련돼 있는 조언.
뭐가 있을까요, 그게? 게임적으로 말고는 딱히 생각이 안 나는데 지금. 글쎄요.
아니 뭐 없으면 없다고 하셔도 괜찮습니다.
예. 갑자기 게임적으로 말고 이제 다른 쪽으로 얘기가 나와서 갑자기 생각이 안 나네요. 그냥 딱히 없다고 좀
네.
그냥 잘 살고 있다고 해주세요.
알겠어요. Unfortunately, I can't really think of any advice I would give to my past self that's not StarCraft related. So, I guess all I would say is, I'm living a good life right now. So just keep it up, buddy.
I like that a lot. I think that's awesome. Classic number 1. Okay. Classic. If you could be Archon partners with anyone, who would it be?
집정관 모드 할 수 있게 되면 누구랑 같이 하고 싶어요?
누가 있지? 그냥 수랑? 수? 수랑은 또 이제 저번에 같이 해봤는데 되게 안 맞을 줄 알았는데 생각보다 잘 돼가지고 또 하면 재밌을 것 같아서.
같이 프로토스를 했나요?
그때 그냥 랜덤으로 막 여러 가지 했는데 토스도 걸리고 저글도 걸리고.
So I played Archon with Sue, and we
Okay.
played random, and surprisingly we were in a lot. We had more synergy than we thought we would. So I would say I would want to Archon mode up with Sue again.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Classic. Do you still talk to Hyung Kung? I don't know if I said that right or not.
I already asked him.
Is that the Spo TV girl?
Yeah, it's the Spo TV girl. Yeah, guys, I already asked Classic that. His answer was he's friends with her, he's close with her, but no, they're not romantically involved.
Not yet.
Not yet.
When he is number 1 Protoss, yes.
She is gonna want Classic when he's number 1 Protoss. 김도호 선수가 넘버원 프로토스가 되면은 이영경 선수가 김도호 선수를 원할 겁니다.
얼른
이영경 아나운서가.
얼른 넘버원이 돼야겠네요.
Classic says, "Okay, then I'll have to become number 1."
There we go. He's got a goal. He's gonna get it now. It's always for the
Got a
girl.
goal.
Always for the girl. I like it.
He already had a very good motivational reason for pursuing that goal, but now it just got so much bigger.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we had one more here too. Oh, is there a player that you always cheer against?
응원하지
네.
않고 이 선수가 성적이 좀 안 나왔었으면 좋겠다 그런 선수가 있나요?
성적이 안 나왔으면 좋겠다요?
네. 좀 재미로 이 선수가 좀 덜 잘했었으면 좋겠다.
저는 다크.
Dark. Dark.
그,
Wow, he is
Dark.
he really does have a
He
love-hate
is super
relationship.
anti-Dark, man. He has bad memories against Dark.
But
Yeah,
but he also loves Dark, so he's like very
I know,
like.
Yeah, no, he loves Dark. Dark is a friend. Dark is his friend. You know?
And he also hates him.
He hates playing against Dark, and he wants bad things to happen to Dark. And
Wow, that's awesome. Okay. All right, guys. Let's take like 2 or 3 more here. Classic, are you gonna watch ASL tonight? In an hour, I guess.
오늘 이용호랑 연보성 그 ASL 결승전이 있는데,
아, 오늘이구나.
네. 아, 볼 거예요?
뭐 연습을 하면서 이제 게임 잡히기 전에 조금씩 볼 것 같아요. 연습도 하면서 뭐 다 보지는 않고 중간중간 볼 생각입니다.
So I actually didn't even realize that was going on. I didn't even realize
Oh.
that's supposed to be today.
Yeah,
But
it starts in an hour.
but now that I know about it, as I'm practicing, if I'll probably tune in bits a little bit like here and there to see what's going on. I probably won't watch everything though.
Okay. Ask him real quick who's gonna win, either C or Flash.
누가 우승할 것 같아요? 이용호 아니면 연보성?
Obviously Flash.
I think Flash.
Yep.
I Flash.
100 Flash.
그
Flash is up.
스코어는 어떻게 될 거라고 예상하세요? 스코어.
4-1.
4-1.
아, 오전
Yeah.
3전 오전
Sounds
3전
about right.
오전 3전.
아, 오전 3선승이에요? 5판이에요? 아, 3-1.
3-1.
3-1.
That sounds about right. I like it. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna take a couple more here. Yeah, we did talk about team negotiations. He would love to be on a team. A team really hasn't reached out to him yet. How did you explain StarCraft 2? Classic. How did you explain that you were going pro at gaming, going pro at StarCraft 2?
Wait, what's the question?
How did he explain to his family that he wanted to be like a pro gamer?
아, 김도훈 선수가 프로게이머 생활을 하겠다고 가족한테 어떻게 설명을 했나요?
그렇게 딱히 저는 설명 안 하고 그냥 말을 했는데 의외로 들어주시더라고요. 그냥 너가 하고 싶은 것을 해라. 왜냐면 제가 예전부터 좀 철이 빨리 들어서 그래서 저를 좀 믿어주셔가지고 그냥 가족들이 저를 믿어줘서 뭐 제가 설득을 안 하고 그냥 제가 결심한 이후로 오히려 도와주셨어요. 좀 막 이렇게 대회장에도 차로 태워주시고 오히려 가족들이 도와줘서 좀 더 좋았던 것 같아요. 이 게이머 할 때.
So when I told my family that I wanted to pursue pro gaming as a career, they didn't really lecture me about it. They weren't really against it. I didn't have to give a long thought out speech or an explanation. They were very supportive. They trusted me from a very young age, so they said that they would support me in whatever I wanted to do. They gave me rides to the stadiums, to the places where I would need to go to play my games, and they would be there to support me. And I had a very supportive family. I was happy about that.
That's awesome. I like it. Okay, 2 more. Last 2 here that we have. Do you think StarCraft 2 is going to stay around as an esport?
e스포츠로 스타2가 계속 남아 있을 거라고 생각하세요?
그건 잘 모르겠네요. 스타2가 언제까지 있을지를 잘 모르겠어서 사실 예전부터 스타2가 막 이렇게 안 될 거라는 말이 많아서 되게 걱정을 많이 했는데 그래도 지금까지 잘 되어오고 있어서 그래도 앞으로 언제까지일지 모르겠지만 당분간은 더 지속되지 않을까 싶어요.
That's really hard to call. There's really no certain way to know whether or not, or just how much longer StarCraft 2 will remain. But it is important to note that a lot of people said at first that StarCraft 2 would never even make it as an esport, but we're still here to this day, and we're still surviving, and we're still going. So I just hope that StarCraft 2 will continue to remain as an esport for as long as possible. That it will just continue to keep surviving for as long as it can.
Yeah. I think my personal view on it is I think it will. I mean, we've already been doing it for 7 years now, and it's not dead now. Brood War's over 20 years old, not dead now, so I don't think it's going to go anywhere. All right, and the last question here is, what would he be doing if he was not a pro gamer? So, like, maybe school, but, like, also add in, like, maybe, like, what his hobbies were, like, if he plays, like, soccer or football or anything?
오케이. 자, 마지막 질문입니다. 만약 김도우 선수가 프로게이머로 생활을 하지 않고 그냥 계속 학생으로 살 생각이었으면요. 무엇을 하겠다고 보세요? 그때 학생 시절에서 뭐 축구를 좋아했다 뭐 그런 게 있었으면은
아니, 딱히 게임 말고는 이제 제가 특기가 없어서 아니면 그냥 아마 그냥 평범하게 직장을 다니지 않았을까 싶어요. 그냥 네, 그거 말고는 딱히 그래서 게임에 재능이 있어가지고 게임을 한 거지 딴 거는 뭐 이렇게 재능을 못 찾아서 아마 평범하게 살고 있지 않을까. 네.
네. I would say that I probably wouldn't have any like special aspirations or goals if I had not pursued pro gaming. The reason I pursued pro gaming in the first place because I had a talent for gaming. That's why I pursued it in the first place. But if I hadn't gone that route, then I think I'd just be like a regular business salaryman or something, plain like that. Just living a regular life.
I really envy him that he was able to like follow through. Like I wish more parents in general would like let their kids, you know, kind of do what they want to do like that and support them. So that's awesome. Okay, guys. Well, that's our interview with Classic. So, guys, you know, thank you to Classic for coming on and answering questions. What?
We have to give him.
I know.
Final comments.
I know. That's what I was gonna just say just after that.
My bad. My bad.
Okay. So
my bad. I shouldn't doubt you.
No, it's okay. So, Classic, go ahead and give your final comments.
자, 이제 김도우 선수가 마지막으로 팬들이랑 시청자들에게 한마디 해주세요.
우선 오늘 이렇게 인터뷰 하게 돼서 되게 재밌었고 다음에 기회가 된다면 또 하고 싶고 우선 뭐 아까 블리츠컨 우승이 목표라고 했는데 우선은 며칠 뒤에 있을 GSL 32강부터 올라가고 앞으로 경기에서 이렇게 좋은 모습 보여드릴 테니 앞으로도 많은 응원을 부탁드릴게요. 아까 말했듯이 넘버원 토스가 되기 위해 열심히 하겠습니다.
So first and foremost, I just want to thank Toast and the Polygon organization for inviting me to do this interview. I had a lot of fun, and I hope to be able to do an interview like this again in the future. And just want to thank my fans for cheering me on. I said that my goal was BlizzCon Championship, but because I have GSL to focus on right now, I will focus hard on GSL.
First, yeah.
Focus on GSL first so that I can get through GSL and just keep showing good games and showing a good form for all my fans. And like I said earlier in the interview, my goal is to become the #1 Protoss, so I will work hard to achieve that goal.
Those are amazing last words, Classic. You are outstandingly outspoken and very articulate in your words. So, yeah, man, you are dank as fuck, and I love it. That probably does not translate, and that's okay. But Classic #1.
I have no idea how to translate. You are dank as fuck.
That's
like
okay.
don't even ask me to translate.
I'll explain it to him at some point. So, guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you to our sponsors, Matcherino, StarCraft 2 Replays. Again, if you like this content, please hit that follow button, guys. Our next interview will either be with Dust Gaming's Bunny or Sue. So either one of those will be a great interview. Next Wednesday we have our next regular next regular show, and we're gonna have on Armani talking about GSL, his first time in GSL Code S, with MVP Pet with us as well. So tune in for that. So I appreciate it, guys. Have a good night, and Classic, thank you again, and Secret, thank you very much for translating. I really appreciate it.
Hey, I love doing this. I hope to do this more in the future. I hope to keep doing this with you.
So to our fans, goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.
네. 어우,
끝나-
수고 많으셨습니다,
아,
김민수
예,
선수.
수고하셨습니다.
예, 수고하셨습니다.